Okay, so I have always avoided journaling, and the reason for that is because I'm the kind of person that when I do something, I like to then make some kind of use of it. So for example, if I would be to write something, then I would need to publish it somewhere. Like that's just who I am. And you know, journaling, since it's essentially writing but no one gets to see that later, I just thought that it's kind of useless. Like, what's the point of writing and spending your time on doing something if then you are not going to use it in any form of way? So yeah, I just always avoided writing, and I always thought that maybe it isn't really something that I truly need. But you know what, today I want to tell you a story that happened that really changed my perspective on how I see journaling, and I really want you to kind of think about it. By the way, I know that this camera is kind of going down. It's really funny, but I can't really do anything about it, so yeah, sorry. But yeah, so listen, the thing is that tomorrow essentially I start yet another and my last year at school, and that got me stressed. Not because I'm stressed about school or anything like this. Let me get this camera higher, and I will probably just hold it. That's not because I'm scared of the school itself, but you know, this is kind of personal, but I have this kind of agreement with my parents that after school I will be able to, because I'm not going to college, right? So I will be able to stay at home only after one condition, that I will kind of make my own money, right? That's the simplest way to put it. And you know, I don't really want to go to 9 to 5. Like, I just know that unless I find something that is really aligned with my purpose, I just won't enjoy it, and I will just be really unhappy while working in 9 to 5. Okay, you know, so because of that, I did realize, I mean, I knew that earlier, but like it just hits you differently when it is actually happening. But right now I have up to 10 months to do something, to make some kind of change, to start earning like actual money, because otherwise I will essentially won't be able to stay at my own home right now. So you know, it got me really anxious essentially, and that was the reason why I was feeling kind of scared and all of that stuff, and I was feeling kind of lost, okay, because of this whole scenario. But then I was like, you know what, just let's just write down my thoughts, and let's just try to do like self therapy, something like this. And so I just grabbed my notebook and my pen, and I just started writing it down. And I, you know, I didn't even try to maintain any kind of form or actual structure of my writing. I was just writing down what I had on my mind, okay? And all of a sudden, like, you know, it took me, I don't know, maybe like even after first 30 seconds, this whole feeling essentially calmed down, okay? I just calmed down, and then I spent like maybe just even 5 minutes writing down and journaling about my thoughts, about my emotions right now. And you know what, like, it just worked. Like, bro, it's so simple, but it actually worked for me, and that was really amazing. That was really amazing experience. And I'm just now thinking, why have I always avoided it? I will for sure now incorporate journaling into my lifestyle, and that is what I would highly recommend for you as well, because right now I can just see how much value it has to kind of like, you know, just speak with your own mind and try to figure out on what page you are. Like, you know, just try to figure out what's your actual situation, if it's actually that bad as you perceive it to be in this particular moment, and what you can do to actually, you know, make it work essentially, and to make your situation better. Because listen, like, for me, it might sound kind of harsh, okay, but you know, my reasoning behind all of my choices is that I was promised a lot by this school education system, okay, in Poland. And it's not like I just hated it and all of that stuff. I'm not one of those people who will tell you that they did not pay attention in the school and all of a sudden they just became successful because they hated school. That's not really the case. Even now, I'm still always like the best student in the class, okay, and I always had like good marks. I always had good results in school. I was always winning some kind of competition and all of that stuff. But you know what? Even though I truly dedicated a lot of time towards school, and I remember when I was younger, I was actually afraid of getting bad results in school. Even though all of that happened to me, you know, I was, as I said, I was considered successful at school. I feel betrayed and I feel lied to by this school education system. And the reason why is because, you know, I was, as I said, I was promised a lot. I was promised that if I essentially chose one of the best schools in my whole entire area, okay, and I was promised to be a good programmer. Essentially, I do have some papers that technically would allow me now to work as a programmer, but I can't do shit. Like, you know, I was just lied to. Like, I know that, you know, the thing is that like all of the results come from your own work, your own personal work that you do like after school. I know that, and I really did a lot of work. And the thing is that all my skills that I do have come only from the work that I have did after school. I did not learn anything in terms of programming in this actual school. So I just feel betrayed, and that is why I choose to not to go to the college, because I just don't want to waste any more time. And so at the same time, I don't really want to go to 9 to 5, because, as I said, it's really hard. It will be really hard to find something that is actually interesting for me, and that leaves me with one way to go about my life, which is to somehow make it work and somehow make my own money. I'm telling somehow, I do have plan. I'm working towards this plan, but, like, you know, it's all about this realization that I will, in 10 months, I will have to either make my own money or go to 9 to 5, right? And so, as I said, because, like, it's really the next stage of life, okay? It will be the next stage of life. I have literally the last 10 months left of my teenage years, of my school years. After that, I'm basically entering the adulthood. And so I do realize that it will be a whole next chapter. I know that I'm talking about myself right here, but no, I just want you to realize how important all of this is for me personally, okay? And now I want you to see how important it is to actually journal, because if I wouldn't sit down and actually chose to just write down my thoughts, I would probably still feel lost about all of this, and I would probably not record those videos right now, even though I have to, okay? Even though I just don't have content for today, so, like, I have to record those videos, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I wouldn't just spend like 5 minutes. So listen, I want you to see this kind of scenario, this whole situation, as, you know, I had a major problem. It was a really major problem because it was personal. It was referring to one of the biggest choices in my life, in my entire life, that will probably alter the course of my life, okay, from this point. And I was really anxious about it. I was really, like, stressed, okay? And I just spent 5 minutes, brother, 5 minutes of journaling, and all of a sudden it just went away. That is the true power of journaling, right? And I want you to really understand that. There's nothing I can tell you more about all of this, except for you to just try it out, because, like, you know, you have to see it for yourself, essentially. So yeah, that was my experience with journaling. I will definitely, as I said, incorporate it into my daily routine. If not daily, then I will just remember to do that from time to time, as frequently as possible, hopefully. Yeah, so definitely go ahead, try it out if you haven't, if you were avoiding it as well as me. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, you can subscribe to this channel, you can join our free community, link is in the description. Yeah, thank you for watching once again, and as always, keep pushing.